Can you switch it later? Can you use that outlet, which is not blocked for now? I'm thinking when I plugged it in. I unplugged everything and turned the UPS off. I don't think so. I think you probably unplugged it charging a bunch of stuff. All right. So this is going to be a tutorial for any percent no EG, which is basically beat the game as fast as possible using a ton of out-of-bounds glitches and other chicanery. Limitations are no exploration glitch, no door glitches, no wrong warps. The category was traditionally just no EG, and then other stuff was found that kind of is EG-ish, so we're just going to stick with how the category was traditionally. Mic a bit low. Is the microphone a bit better now? Should be better now. Sorry about that. All right. Well then. So any percent no EG tutorial. No exploration glitch, no door glitches, no wrong warps. Overrun. The overview is escape in Eastern is normal. Boots DMA, mirror wrap DMD, mirror jump for early tempered, Kiki skip, and a modified hammer jump. It's a little bit easier actually since the bridge isn't falling and there's no Helmosaur on the bridge. Clipping again is tower, 5 heart GT and the rooms that are different, and then 5 heart Ganon without the hook shot. So as all runs generally do, you start here in bed. No reason to go over escape, and no real reason to go over Eastern, except for the after Sanctuary, after escape, do not get the Sank Heart. You will get it later. Do not get it. Leave it there and just save and quit to Link's house. And then, while most people probably know this part already, I'll show the movement to Link's house. Just hold down right out of the door, hop down, get below these bushes, and go. Pay attention to the guard here. This green guy can aggro and come at you. Just stay away from him. Worst case, boomerang him, and then once you get here, it's the same. Go to Eastern. After Eastern, go and get the boots. When you get the boots, you'll want to come back here and get these bombs. Also, depending on your rupee count, you need at least 10 rupees for the tempered sword. Hopefully you've gotten at least 5. If you've gotten at least 5, just get the bombs and move on. If you have not gotten 5, you're not going to really run into any place to get drops in the interim, so grab one of these chests. If you have gotten 5, there's a backup 5 right before the tempered sword. If you've gotten 10, just get the bombs and move on. But you get your boots, and you will save and quit to Sanctuary. The worst part of the run is the save and quit menu. If you've done a category with save and quit before, you're used to it. If you have not done a category with save and quit before, the save and quit menu has some weird delay. It has some weird things about it. For instance, you can't press to go from the, if you have all 3 options in the save and quit menu, pressing up will move you to the bottom. If you don't have all 3 options in the save and quit menu, it doesn't wrap. There's delay between when you can open the menu and choose something. Just be careful not to save and quit to the wrong spot. But the next thing is the boots DMA. So you're going to save and quit to Sanctuary after those bombs. This is where you're going to get your Sank Heart. And try to split the uprights between the Priest and Zelda and dash out. When you leave the Sanctuary, try to dash to about here. Link's hat should be a little bit below this rock. That will help you in your dash to the next screen avoid aggroing a green guard. If you go too high, you'll probably aggro him. So we're going to come out. That was a little low, but it should work. Dash left. Let's see if I can do that right. Probably too high. We'll just clear them out. The idea is that you should be able to dash left and up and get up here without aggroing the green guards. From here, you want to find a position that works for you. What I do is I look for this second row of grass here. And what I try to do is I get the bottom of Link's shadow to be lined up with the bottom of the grass. From there, I turn my controller so that the buttons are away from me while still holding the sword. And then with my middle finger on A and my thumb on right, I get over to my position. The thing to look for, there's I think 5 different positions you can, there's a few different positions. I know of 5 that you can do this from. But when I get to this, and what I use as a cue is I look for the shadow of the wall and where it meets the shadow of Link. And there are a number of cues that you can use for this. I'm going to pull them up here. But any of these cues will work. So I am using right now the bottom one, but any of these 5 will work. Just pay attention to the vertical pixel you start on, and based off of that, you'll want to memorize what it should look like where the shadow of the cliff intersects with the shadow of Link. So in this case, 1 too far in, back 2 pixels, in 1. Okay. Once you get to this position, you're going to release a spin, and while the spin is releasing, you're going to hold down right, and that's going to teleport you. You'll get thrown down to the bottom of the screen, and you just want to get above here, above the bottom of this wall before you transition. Higher is better. If you go too low, you can end up stuck in the wall. But you should be safe, you know, as long as your head is above the bottom of the wall, you should be good. So once you transition over, you need to correct the camera. You're going to be entering the old man cave. But the camera is going to be out of whack, so you need to kind of fix it. And because the camera's out of whack, you're not going to be able to see the things that you have to navigate around. So when you transition, you kind of want to dash up and dash down to correct the camera, and then do your wiggles. And then this is the position that you want to enter the cave in. As long as the door of the cave has scrolled down onto the screen, you're fine. If the door of the cave has not scrolled onto the screen when you try to enter it, bad things happen. You lose a ton of time. It's going to take a number of seconds for this transition to finish. So let the door of the cave transition on. I may actually have to reset my console. Some of these, if you do them really bad like this, they take minutes. So we're gonna reset. That one could have been minutes. So correct the camera. Watch out for the squirrels and the boulders. Get to that point and enter the cave. From this point, you are going back to get the old man. Actually, I want to do the movement in there a little bit better. It is possible to die here, by the way. The squirrels and boulders can be brutal. So a big thing is when you're dashing here, make sure you cancel before that hole, and then go and get the old man. Remember, you can just mash L and R when you pick up the old man, L, R, and X, since you can't map in here. For these final text boxes, make sure you're mashing L, R, and X. And you're gonna return the old man as normal. Now, you have two things that you can do once you get the mirror. Neither is faster than the other. It just depends on which order you want to do them, and I'm going to do them in the way that most people do. You can either get the tempered sword first, or you can get the hammer first. You're saving quit. You're doing both of them about the same way. The reason most people do the tempered sword first is because it's the thing that can end your run if you end up missing the mirror jump and you already have a pretty good PB. Missing the mirror jump is a minute. You lose a minute. So if you still have like a 30 minute plus PB, you can fail a mirror jump and still PB. But if you're down at like 29, 28 minutes, you're probably not going to PB with a failed mirror jump. So I'm going to do the early tempered first. So what you're going to do, I'm going to give myself health because I'm a cheater, is you're going to come over here and you're going to get spin speed and clip to Hera. So you get spin speed, you go down into that corner, and I'll do that again. Get spin speed. Come down to this corner, hold down right, and then release right. And when you land, as you're jumping, you're going to want to start holding up as you fall. And it was pretty quick, but what it does, when you jump down, you actually land inside the Tower of Hera's structure, and holding up unclips you. So you're actually up at the top right outside the Tower of Hera. This is the entrance to Hera right here, so that gives you an idea of where you are. So once you do that, you want to jump down here, and then you're going to be doing a DMD, a Death Mountain Descent. There's two ways to do this. I'm going to show you a safe way, and then I'm going to show you a more difficult way. So the safe way is to nudge a boulder that you can't really see, but trust me, it's there, and then use some cardinal walking movements to make sure that you walk into a good pixel for the screen transition. So once you land after holding up, you're going to be here. Kind of hold down right and quick hop off the ledge that you can't see. And now where you are on the map is the Dark World portal right below Hera, the one with right to the red spectacle rock. So there's a boulder right here. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're nudged up against this boulder. And once you're nudged up against that boulder, you're going to walk straight down until you can't walk any further, and straight left, and you're going to end up in the warp. And keep holding left through the warp. Coming out of the warp, you're going to end up walking straight into something. From there, cardinal down, and then just hold left. And that's going to put you on the Sanctuary screen in the Dark World. From here, mirror. Dash left, and then dash straight up into the Sanctuary to get the door dash. And then your warp will be waiting for you right here. So again, nudge the boulder, straight down, straight left. Keep holding left through the transition, down, left, or left, down, left. I did something wrong. Alright. Nudge the boulder, straight down, straight left. Be careful doing these cardinal changes that you don't get sloppy like that and accidentally do a diagonal. Because if you do a diagonal, then you'll have to fall back to the mirror wrap. But that's it. You're in front of Sanctuary, mirror. Try not to bonk. Okay. So that is 9 seconds faster than the old manual bunny clip down at the bottom of the mountain. If you would like to do it even faster, you can just buffer into a mirror wrap. And in which case, ignore the boulder, ignore the cardinal movements. You just need to find a visual cue for where you're going to do your mirror. So, jump. Somewhere in here, menu to mirror. Get into that portal. And then get down here. Now, what you're going to be using for your cue is on the far right of the screen, there's a boulder with a bush just to the right of it. This cue is going to be different for each TV. I have my cue. You'll find your own. You'll just kind of want to experiment with it. But you're going to be select buffering into a position. This is my particular cue. And then once you're in that position, and you're holding left through these select buffers, but once you're into your position, you're going to cancel with a mirror. And that's going to put you on this screen. And you don't have to go into the sanctuary, so you don't have to dash up into the sanctuary. You don't have that screen transition. You don't have the transition leaving the sanctuary, and you also don't have to mirror back to the dark world. What you do have to do is you have to correct the camera. So just do some diagonal movements here. And once you get to this spot, what I do is I just do up-down wiggles. As soon as the bunny is visible on the bottom part of the screen, you can transition. So, again, helps if you enter the portal from the right and get the quick warp, but find your cue. I'm doing just holding left and doing select buffers. This time I happened to luck into the good pixel for the backup transition. That usually won't happen, but because I readjusted and did the warp from the left. And it also doesn't matter when you menu to mirror. You can also do the boulder nudge and this walk and still try to get your position for the mirror wrap. And then if you get it, great, and if you don't, you fall back into the other one. Pinkus has a good video on this DMD more in depth, but again, there's just the two options. You've got the nudge, which is just the safe cardinal walks, which I did wrong, or you've got the mirror wrap. So pick one, whatever gets you down off the mountain. I guess we'll do this one. Try not to bonk. It's kind of embarrassing. But the fun part is the next part, and that is the mirror jump. So, if you did the mirror wrap, you're doing your camera correction here. If you did the safe one, you're just kind of pumping your bunny through this screen and this screen. Watch out for that Moblin. He can start throwing spears down like this. Just kind of pump off to the right a little bit. More than I did. But now you're here. And you are a bunny. You need that frog. So, how does one get a bunny to a frog? Well, you're going to do a series of mirror jumps. Basically, you're going to kind of nudge yourself little bit by little bit with, mirroring and then stepping back into the portal a bit off to the side and then mirroring again and so on. Your first cue for the first mirror is you're going to be lined up with these skulls, which, if you're coming here, you're just going to nudge these skulls, walk straight down. When you can't walk no farther, you mirror. Get out of the portal and get back into it on the far left edge. And then just mirror back. Again, get out of the portal and get back into it on the left side, and then mirror back. Go up onto the steps and nudge down into the portal. Now on this one, you don't just mirror back. You're going to walk up to the rocks. When you get up to the rocks, you're going to mirror back. Now, here is where it gets difficult. You are going to move up and mirror back. You're going to edge back down into the portal and mirror back. And you need to be holding left through the mirror. Because what you then need to do is you need to, as you hold left, mirror exactly 20 frames later. Which would be impossible, except for the frog. So I'm going to show what it looks like. Okay, that was one too early. This is what it looks like if you do it correct, and then I'll explain what's going on. If you do that correct, and you mirror back, you're on this side of the rock. That is a mirror jump. So, I'll go through it again, and then I'll explain that last mirror and what's going on. So again, rocks, cliff, mirror. From this one, just mash Y, or this one, just let it, let me explain that better. Let me start over and explain that a little better. For this one, rocks, cliff, mirror. Skulls, cliff, mirror. Get out of the portal and back into the edge. And from this one, just mash Y and get back. Again. Mash Y and get back. Up onto the stairs. You can use dash buffers to kind of edge you into the portal. Walk up to the rocks and mirror back. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edge back down into the portal, and I'm gonna be holding left, and I'm going to select buffer to the 20th frame. On the night, if you mirror 19 frames or earlier, you're just gonna mirror in place, and you can mirror back and try again. If you mirror while holding left on the 20th frame, you'll jump and mirror, and you'll move 1 pixel to the left. That's the trick. If you wait too long, you're going to jump off, and you have to go all the way around and reset it up with all those mirrors again, and it's a minute lost. So I'm going to edge down into the warp. I'm going to hold left, and I'm going to select buffer. Now, the frog starts its jumping animation the same time every time. Link's walking animation as a bunny is going to be in a random position, so you can't use Link, but what you can use is the frog. So the frog is going to start on the ground. It's going to jump up to its apex, land, and then start rising again. And as it starts rising again, you're select buffering to this frame. So what you pay attention to is the frog's left toe, its right toe, its left as you're looking at it, and the shadow. And the black pixel at the edge of its toe, either toe actually works, I guess. The black pixel at the tip of the frog's toe has 1 pixel of ground below it before the frog's shadow. That is your cue. This is either frame 19 or frame 20, because the frog will be on this animation for 2 frames, 19 and 20. If you hit 19, you stay, you're you'll stay put and you're good. If you hit 20, you're going to do the mirror jump successfully. If you go too far after it, you're going to jump off the ledge. So once you get to this one, you're going to cancel your select menu and get to Y. And you see Link kind of moves to the left. You'll see his shield is to the left out of the portal. And that means that you can just go up and get your frog. If you mirror early, you're just going to be here in place. You just keep holding left and let it carry you back and try it again. And that loses some time, but not a ton. So again, that's your cue. That was frame 19, so I stay put. Frame 19, stay put. And that's the jump. So, let it mirror you back, get your frog, and go get your early tempered sword. So just hold up here, get the frog, mirror back. Out of this mirror, slash your sword, get spin speed. And run up here. Now, rupees. If you already have 10 rupees, just dash up, dash right. If you have 5 rupees, between 5 and 9, you're going to bonk this tree and get rupees out of it. Dash right, walk up, drop your dwarf off. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Leaving the dwarf's house, you actually want to dash down these steps. I know that you're not ever supposed to dash down steps, but for whatever reason, the way it works out here is it's faster. So, go and collect your sword. While you were learning the category and doing that 5-heart Ganon, normally after the sword, you're going to save and quit to Death Mountain. While you're learning the category, after you've dropped off your sword, this is a perfectly fine time to go and get a bottle and net. And you can do one of the most pointless door dashes in the game if you want. And get yourself a bottle and net. I actually don't want a bottle and net. Bottles. No. You will die in Ganon's Tower while you're learning. You will die on Ganon probably while you're learning. Dying on Ganon is pretty much run over because you become Bunny and then you can't kill Ganon. You have to go get the Moon Pearl. A lot of fun stuff. So, bottle and net's like 35 seconds or something, if that. Will save you while you're learning. But once you get bottle and net, just dash right there. Go pick up your sword. Da-da-da-da. Coming out of... Once you're holding the sword up in the air, you are free to hold select, and you can cancel your text then, and you'll get a first frame save and quit menu. So after the sword, we're going to save and quit, and we're going to go. Remember those bombs I picked up earlier? Okay, we're going to save and quit, and we're going to go to Death Mountain. So, get your spin speed here as normal. And we're going to do Kiki Skip. So there's two ways to do the Kiki Skip. There's a manual way, which I am not good at, and I'm not going to show, because unless you're really good at it, it's probably slower than what I am going to show you. There's a handful of people that can do it faster. Pinkus, Andy, can probably Josh, can definitely Kiki Skip faster than they bomb clip. Josh will still do the bomb clip, though, because it's 100% consistent. So I'm going to show a bomb clip here. So this is why we picked up the bombs in Saha's hut. So when you enter, I'm going to show it to you with these guys dead so I can show you the cues. So when you enter, you're going to hold up left and get to this corner. You're going to dash and turn to the left and bonk. You're going to press and hold up, and as soon as you start moving up, menu to bombs. You are going to place a bomb. That's probably too high. Dash. Yeah, that was too high. Dash into the explosion, and that will clip you into the wall. From here, you're going to buffer up 1 frame, and then sword buffer down right. So again, here, let's kill these guys so I can show you the placements. Okay. So what I use to show me if the bomb is in the right place is the fuse. So if the fuse is there, it's good. That's probably too high. If you look at these little, of course, this rock right here, where the sword sparkles are, to the left, on the left side of it, there's 2 vertical light pixels. I try to get my fuse to be touching one of those, or the one below it. You can also use Link's sword in relation to a nearby rock, but dash into the explosion. I do an up and A to dash buffer up, and then a slash and down right to do the skip. So in real time, it looks like this. Now, depending on how your Death Mountain went, you need at least 2 hearts here. Well, you need more than 1 heart. So you need at least 1.5 hearts. If you are down to 1 heart, grab this one. If not, you're going to go on upstairs, and we're going to go get the hammer. But I'm going to show this one more time. I use this buffer to bombs here to get me on the right position. If you do it wrong, so say you place your bomb and you get kicked out, you may have gone 3 pixels. I'm trying to force an upward teleport by doing it wrong. Okay, that was an upward teleport. That meant that I went up 2 frames of movement instead of just 1. So if you did that, you dash buffered 2 frames, If you dash buffer 1 frame, you'll get down there. You can also do sword buffers. It doesn't matter. I just find the dash buffer to be the easiest one. You can menu to bombs somewhere else. I like using the menu to bombs here to put me on the right position. But again, look at the fuse of the bomb in relation to the white spots on the left edge of the tile. That's the cue that I use. It's pretty lenient when you can start your dash, so just don't start it too late. From here, how many pixels up from the bonk? That's a good question. I think you want to move 3. Features, coordinates. Okay. So let's see. The bonk lands you on 105. So 97 is good, so 8 pixels up from the bonk is good. Seven pixels up from the bonk is good. That's 2, 4, 6. You can go up 6, 7, or 8 pixels. There's 3 pixels of leeway. So, you know, you've got some. It's not that precise. It's 3 vertical pixels. You have to be on the horizontal pixel that the bonk puts you on. So if you're using this coordinate counter in the older practice hack that's in decimals, you can do 99, 98, or 97. So. Dash buffer up once, sword buffer down right once, and you're here. So now the hammer jump. It's actually a lot easier because of no falling bridge, no Helmasaur. This is my sloppy version of the movement to get through here. Obviously, you don't need any keys. Hold right out of this door and just dash. Make sure you nudge the chest. Okay, so what I do in here is I walk straight up and I pick up the pot. I move left a little bit and then I dash up while still lined up with the bottom of the pot. What that does is the dash, the 4 pixels per frame dash movement lets you cancel the dash on the bomb jump pixel. So I'm going to pick up the pot and actually I'll do it with the start menu. Or that's good. So that's the bomb jump pixel. So you can walk straight off the edge. You can do a few different things here. You can either just try to cancel with right, knowing that you're probably going to be close to it. Or you can use the select menu That's too high. That's the bomb jump pixel. I didn't hold right quick enough. But then just, if you'll know that you're close. Find your cue for it. But the dash against this pot will put you there. And then just do your bomb jump. Hold select out of this hammer text box to get a first frame save and quit menu. If you start getting confident with it and you can cancel this dash the right way, you can just cancel the dash and then immediately place the bomb and get some pretty good room times. The big thing is don't grab the rail when you try to nudge past the pot. As far as the visual cue to use in here, if you used the wall before, obviously the wall looks different. I use floor tile on the bottom of the screen. So just if you go to the floor tiles are the same as they would be in pod. So if you use the floor tiles or the melting smiley face or any of those cues in pod, you can use them here. I use a floor tile cue that I don't need the start menu for. So that's my spot. And that's my bomb jump. Hold select out of here. Get your first frame save and quit. So you now have tempered sword, and you have a hammer, you have the boots, and you have the bow. You have everything you need to beat the game. You probably have a lamp too. At least you should. So save and quit to Death Mountain. And now we're going to clip into Ganon's Tower. There are a few different ways to do this. I'm going to show you my way that I like because it is pretty free and easy. So again, we're going to save and quit to Death Mountain. We're going to clip up to Hera, but don't enter Hera. We're going to, again, hop down into the warp just like we did for DMD. So again, come over here, get your spin speed. If you don't hold up and you get stuck in Hera, just start holding up again. Get down here and get into the warp. You will be a bunny. Come down to about right here and hop down and hop down. From here, when you land, hold down left to get to around this boulder, then hold down right to get to here. You're gonna start just walking down when you get to there. Once you start getting forced to walk down, just hold straight down until you get to this position right here. What I do is I menu to the mirror and I do up and Y on the same frame. And then I'll just do this real quick. Slash. I'll go through it and then I'll explain it. Okay. Now I'm in Ganon's Tower. What the heck did I just do? What I did as the bunny, I'm going to do a mirror wrap, or I'm going to do a screen wrap here at the bottom. What I'm going to be doing is using the mirror to buffer into... Normally you would do select buffers to get into this cliff and then move up left and get to a position and jump down. Select buffers are, for me, difficult, and this is barely slower than a good select buffered clip and a lot easier. So once I have the mirror, I use up and Y to make sure that I'm facing away from the wall. Once the mirror transition finishes, I'm going to slash up, slash while still facing up. I'm going to back down into the wall. So I'm going to slash while facing up. I'm going to back down into the wall with my left index finger. And then I'm going to use A, my right thumb on A, and my right middle finger on right. And I'm going to do dash buffers into the cliff. I'm going to do about 5 of them to the left, and then I'll just back into it, and whenever I hit the warp, I'm good. So, slash down. This is good enough. By the time you turn around and start buffering back, the iframes will be up. So you're going to end up here. From here, hold up left until you get to this position. You're going to want to pay attention to the bunny's right foot and the cliff. Once you get to that position, you're going to hold down right and jump. You just need to make sure that when you land, your first input is right. If your first input is anything else, you're stuck and you get kicked out. Left kicks you out. Up is bad. But if your first input is right, you'll get pushed into the stairs to Ganon's Tower, which, since it's closed, you're kind of stuck in there. You get pushed into the stairs to Ganon's Tower, and you can walk on in. So, one more time, I'll do that whole sequence. I'm gonna try to actually do it right. That's my position. Hold down right, switch to right, and I'm in the tower. So as you're mirroring back to the Dark World, that's when you start holding up left, so you will be able to walk into the position. If you go too far, you can sometimes tap up to move back down. Worst case is you get clipped out and you have to mirror again. It's not terribly bad to mess this up. But you're in Ganon's Tower. So the first thing you need to do is kill yourself, because you're a bunny, and a bunny is no good to anybody. So just go upstairs, stand on the spikes, and die. I should probably give myself the right equipment. Tempered sword. Items. Bow. No boomerang. No hook shot. I should have some bombs here. I should have like 3. No powder, no fire, no ice, no bomb, no ether, no quake. Yes, a lantern. Yes, a hammer. No flute, no net. No book. Yes, a mirror. And I will waste some bombs. So, after you have died and come back as a bunny, this is how you should be. So, I will go over the rooms that are different and kind of breeze through the other rooms as much as I have ever breezed through Ganon's Tower. Some rooms are different, some rooms are exactly the same. So, when you enter, jump, get over to the hammer, and okay. I get the torch key. It's probably the best key to get in this category. Again, you don't have a hook shot, so go get this. Now, again, no hook shot, so you're gonna bonk over, bonk over, bonk over, wait a tick, and bonk over. I should have the boomerang. I'm dumb. Watch out for this guy, because he can kind of ruin your day, so just be ready to slash him. On any of these bonks, you can stop and menu to the boom. Slash, boom. Okay, now, the next room is quite different. So, what you're going to need to do is a diagonal boom in a very small pixel window to hit the switch as you walk back to the right. So, looks like that. So, walk down about a couple tiles into the room and then start holding down left. Kind of want to be just above. Kind of want to be centered on this line here when you throw the boomerang, or just to the right of it. That should be your cue for when to throw the boomerang. I'll find it. There we go. That's where you should be when you throw the boomerang. So just Link's shadow, the visible part of Link's shadow should be just to the right of that line. Dash down, get the pot, boomerang the key. Nice swag boom. Once you're in here, stand on the pegs, boomerang the key, and get the iframes, and get over here. So now, there's a bomb jump here, which I did wrong. There's three ways that you can do this room. There's a fast bomb jump that I don't understand. I've seen it done. I don't understand it. I am not a smart human being, so I don't do the fast one. I'm going to do a slower bomb jump, and the third way is that you can hover. So I come down and bonk, and I get up here, and I dash, and then when I get Link right below that opening, I menu to bombs, push, and bomb jump across. Place your bomb. If you place the bomb too far to the left, you can't dash turn and bonk, so you have to try to get within the 2 pixels of the ledge. So try to place your bomb a little farther to the right so you can do your dash turn and bonk. And don't walk off the ledge. Get your key and get out. Don't dash into the back of the fire snake. Don't walk off the ledge. It's exactly the same as the Hera bomb jump or any of that. Just place your bomb and get within. If you watch Pinkus or Greenham or any of the, I think Mutsky does the better bomb jump. Basically, they place the bomb and pick it up while pushing the block, and then throw the bomb down into the blocks. It looks really cool. It's a little bit faster. I just never learned it, and this works just fine. Of course, if all else fails, if you really don't want to do a bomb jump, you can just hover on across. Don't fall halfway. Next few rooms are generally the same, except you don't have a hook shot, so just go through the warps. You normally are not going to have 11 arrows here. You just want to make sure that you have enough. You'll be getting 15. If you have none, because Eastern was really bad, get these ones. But if you have at least 3, you're good. Normally, just do the normal bonk over those portals. So there's your first 5. And then you're going to do this next room in such a way that you can get the 10 arrow chest. So the way I do this is come up here, plant, throw, pick up the pot. Let's do it the right way. So if you plant the bomb right above the pot, throw it down, pick up and throw the pot, you can walk straight down and straight right and get the arrows without hitting the anti-fairy. If you go too fast, you might hit the anti-fairy. If you go too slow. But you want to make sure that you have your 18 arrows. There's another strat where you can place the bomb just as soon as you're in front of the statue. It's a little bit faster. I think Mike the Viewer has a clip on it, but that works too. So you have your arrows, go and do Ice Armos, which I'll do it just to Let's do Ice Armors correctly. A little too fast. Okay. Spike floor room is also a little bit different, because you only have 5 hearts and you don't want to take 3 hearts of damage. So, what you're going to do in here is, you probably don't have sword beams. If you do, congratulations. But what you're going to do is be arrowing this switch. That'll put the blue pegs down. You're going to get onto the pegs, use the right pot to hit the right switch, hit the left pot to hit the left switch. You're going to use iframes from the pegs to get over to push the block. You'll pick up a heart in the process. There's a damageless way and a 1 heart damage way to do this. So here's the 1 heart damage way. So if you enter with 4, you'll pick up a heart to get back up to 5, and then you'll lose a heart to get back down to 4. If you enter with 5 hearts, you'll leave with 4. The damageless way, and the way actually this picks up a heart, you want to stay middle of the pegs when you do this. Is that. I never do the damageless. Apparently I can't do either of them. But so take the heart of damage unless you had a really bad first half of the tower. Just take the heart of damage and do this. I was going too low on the pegs when I was doing it, so. Okay. Do your Mimics 1 however you want to do it. Do your Mimics 2 however you want to do it. The spike trap room, do it however you want to do it. The best way to do it, in my opinion, is the bow dash. I haven't done this in so long. Yeah, get through this room however it makes you happy. There's no real reason to do it one way or another. However you get through the room. Now, depending on how your tower has gone, remember that there are fairies in here. If you got that bottle and net, this is where you're going to use it. If you're down to like 1 or 2 hearts, you might want to pop in here. But just remember that that's there. But Gauntlet. Gauntlet 1 and 2 are pretty much the same. Gauntlet 3, a lot of people use a fire rod. You're not going to have that, so handle Gauntlet 3 the way that you want. Gauntlet 4 should be the same as normal. Gauntlet 5 is the one that sucks, so... Excuse me. Just get through these. Not take 20 hearts of damage doing it, though. In this room, if you do kill the 2 red guys, it's sometimes useful to do a little left juke and then go right back to the door, because that laser is very often going to be firing at you, and you don't want to be down a ton of hearts of damage. But the next room is the one that's different. So you don't have a fire rod. You need to move down left 1 frame and fire an arrow and hope that you don't get a bad RNG. The skeleton on the left can do a few different things. He can do a short walk, a medium walk, or a long walk, I think. If he does the short one, your arrow is going to just fly and hit the pot, and you got to go chase the skeleton down, and it's a bad time. But once you arrow him, dash on out. I'm trying to get the bat. Yep, okay. So I think... I guess it's the long walk that's bad. Either way, if you hit the pot and things went bad, just start praying and get out of the room the best you can. That's about as good a bad room can be in here. Okay, in this room, get into the doorway, let the bunny beam expire, and wait before you go in. What you're doing here is you're changing land mode to so that they all spawn at the same time, because you don't have a fire rod, so you want to be able to hit all 3 with a spin. So just get in here, wait in the doorway. If you wait until the bunny beam comes and hits you, and then like half a beat more, you're good. So with Landmo 2, I walk into the room in such a way that my first spin I won't take damage. You'll kind of need to look at Link's toes and the waves of the sand to figure it out, like where to stand. There's 2 pixels that it doesn't matter what happens, you're not going to take damage. You're going to get, but you will get spun out to the bottom right. It puts you in not as good a position to try to get a worm killed on the first cycle, but I would rather not take the heart of damage. So now each worm has 1 spin's worth of damage. What most people do is they get in here and take the heart of damage to get in position to kill the worms on 2 cycles. Just depends on what you have going into the room. But there's not much to say about Landmo 2. Just kill them as quick as you can. Now the fun part. You need some arrows coming up. You need at least 4 for the Wizrobe rooms. So I've got 10. I'm good. Just remember that you've got a heart up here. You got arrows if you need them. You should have full magic. You shouldn't have been using magic for anything. And you don't need a bomb. So get your heart if you need it. Get your arrows if you need it. And then up to here. So cancel stair lag out of here to the left. Actually cancel stair lag and not just talk about it. It's left, right, slash the last guy. This is the easy room too. Remember, they drop hearts. You can go get them. Just don't fall when you do it. But cancel stair lag left and do left, right, kill. Try to stay away from the edge of the pit because it will ruin your last slash. And you've got more time than you think. So, dash over here. Now this next room is kind of fun. You can practice it for hours. It's one of my favorite rooms in the category. What you're going to do is you're going to hold up left through the door. As soon as you get to the conveyor, you're going to fire an arrow up. You're going to move right 2 conveyors, turn and fire an arrow left. You're going to slash left, slash right, and slash up. And don't hit the spike. Heck. Let's actually make a save state. Okay. There he is. And then start your dash. So the bad things that can happen here. The bad things that can happen here are you can go too far left to fire your first arrow, which makes it hard to get back to the right and avoid the spike. As long as you get to here, you're good, because that is right on the conveyor, and you'll fire your arrow. Once you fire your arrow from here, you want to get over to this line here, and then turn and fire back to the left. Then you're going to slash right to get that bottom right guy, and then go up and slash the top guy. You don't want to go too far to the right because those beams do 4 hearts of damage. If you do it, if you fire your arrow back to the left too early, if you don't make it all the way back to this line, the arrow will sail below this guy. If you go, if your movement isn't right, you'll end up running into this spike. So, and don't go too far right again because of that beam. If you do miss this guy, just take him out. But that's what it should look like. You can do this room in sub 5 if you really grind it out. Just make sure you restart your dash. Or you start your dash right after slashing the top guy, so that you can get out of the room. Okay. Get through this bridge and get to lamp. That's not right. I actually can't remember how to do this room. Okay. Cardinal movements around the pit. You can torch dash that last lamp. So, get in here, pick up the right pot, top, right, bottom, left, and go. I'm gonna try to do the torch dash even though I never do it in runs. Yeah. But it's all about beating the fire bar. Okay, in this room, heart, if you need it, and then get to the stairs. If you pick up the pot, you can just stand there and wait for the heart. You don't have to move up to get it. You won't take a hit. Or you can just go to the stairs. Just make sure that you go fast enough that this eye on the right side doesn't get you. So from here, hold down right out of the stairs, get these 2 torches, bonk over, and get that. So again, down right out of the stairs. You can do a torch dash there as well if you want. Doesn't matter. Big key is just bonking over to get past that spark and lighting that torch. I don't need a bomb. Do this room as normal. Another heart you can get if you need it. And now, Moldworm 2. So the way I do this hover is I dash down and I start my dash right as low as I can. And then I read Moldworm and see what he's going to do. If he's going to stay to the right of the platform, I'll cut my dash short and try to hover down the left side. If he's going to come and get me, I will let my dash damage him and hover on the right side. See if I can get a good one. So he stayed to the right. I was able to just hover down the left side. You can kill him. I mean, you don't have a hook shot to get across, but if it makes you feel better about your hover, you can kill him. But just get yourself across. Yeah, you're stuck. All right. So, you can shed some bombs if you want here. Now, normally you have the hook shot to hook through those blocks, but you're gonna push, and then with this block, as soon as the block starts moving, slash your sword, and then you're gonna do down, left, and a dash. You do that right. And you'll dash right out the door instead of bonking on the edge. I don't know why. This, for whatever reason, throws me sometimes. But okay, in here. Sorry, Dom, look away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down to the 5th conveyor line from the right. I'm just going to hold left and let it carry me there. Once I get here, I'm going to walk straight up. Once I get here, I'm going to do a down left and then just like a down left up wiggle to kill some time until the bumpers get through. And then dash on up and out. So left, up, wiggle, and out. There's some other madness that you can do where you go around the bumpers from the right side. Just don't dash too soon or that'll happen. But I'm trying to get a good room time. Decent enough. But that's it. Now, since you clipped into Ganon's Tower, and you are in Fake Dark World, I am not in Fake Dark Worlds, so I'm actually going to get Aghanim 2. But normally you would end up with the Aghanim 1 fight here. Oh no, I am in Fake Dark World. Okay, Aghanim 1. But that also means blue balls. Yeah, but you're just in time for Aghanim 1, Elm. Okay, can you do 0 blue balls? Yeah, you can. You can finish shedding your bombs to get to the lamp. Why is he not dead yet? Okay. So we're through Ganon's Tower. We are going to be going into the Ganon fight with probably 4 hearts, maybe 5 if you're lucky. So, Ganon fight. Phase 1 is the same. Do the trident spin. Oh, by the way, you get the cool black shield and sword. Phase 1 is the same. Or the trident spin is the same, I should say. You don't have a hook shot, though. So, you're probably for the top left, bottom left, and top right RNGs, you pretty much have to do ring dashes. I'll show each of them. Ganon warps to... So there's... we'll start with far left. So you're pretty much going to have to do ring dashes to get a 1-on-1, and also to not die. So... it's been a while since I fought Ganon. Let's see how this goes. But that is what your far left fight should look like. So do your 3 slashes and your double spin on the trident, and then your 5 slashes down at the bottom. Dash up through him to get inside the ring, and then do left side dashes on him. When the ring starts to expand, you can just get slashes in because the knockback's only going to push you to the wall, and then finish it up with however many dashes you need. So one more time on that. I missed the trident spin. Four, five, dash up, do your ring dashes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Dodge your bats. Alright. If he does the middle positions, middle left, you need to do ring dashes. Middle right, you don't need to, but I think it's a lot safer. So, Ganon warps to bottom left. Did that wrong. Sorry. So you're gonna do your 2, trident spin. It's been a minute since I've actually done this. 1, 2, trident spin, charge, double spin, slash, double spin, get in the ring, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and one more for good luck. I'll do it one more time. Hey, Don. Yo, thanks, dude. Alright, that is middle left. Middle right is exactly the same. Just do the same thing on the right side. Trident spin, double spin against the wall, and a slash to finish up phase 1. Another double spin for hits 1, 2, 3, and 4 on phase 2. Get in the ring and do 4 ring dashes for 5, 6, 7, 8. Do another double spin on the bottom for 9, 10, 11, and 12, and you're done with phase 2. And then for far right, it's pretty it's more ring dashes. Far right is probably the toughest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 7. Yeah. Far right is the toughest one because if you miss any of the ring dashes, you're probably not going to have time to finish it off. Alright, far right. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Because I missed one of the dashes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this one is the toughest one in my opinion. Others may disagree, and that's fine. You know what? I get the feeling I'm not counting my, that I'm not counting my dashes right. Nope, I was right. Because you got to get them down to 160. So, this far right one is pretty tough. Practice it. If you're not in practice for it, you're probably boned. The last hit might need to be a slash sometimes. I just want to get it one time. I'm over mashing all the text boxes now. That's it. Yeah, slash on the last hit. Just dodge the bats and get a slash in. I knew I was forgetting something. So that's how you do the far right. Sorry that took so long to remember how to do that one. I knew, for some reason I was thinking that I could time 12 ring dashes in there, and maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe somebody better than me can actually do that. So that is it. Is there any part of that for anybody that stuck around through the whole thing that anybody wants to see again? Either the DMA, the DMDs, the mirror jump, bomb clip, Ganon's tower clip. If anybody wants to see anything again, I can show something again. Otherwise, that is any percent no EG. It is the rest of the Ganon fight's the same. You don't have Fire Rod, so with Lamp, you're probably going to want to stick with doubles, except for some advantageous warp positions down at the bottom left. You should have full magic coming in here. Okay, so why did I fight Aga 1 again? So you are dying in Ganon's tower as the bunny, which puts you in fake Dark World. You have to die as the bunny to come back as Link, which puts you in fake Dark World. And since you're in fake Dark World and you get to that room, you're actually in the Light World. So Aga 1 spawns instead of Aga 2. There's an alternate route where you get... I used to get the Moon Pearl before the hammer jump, because I didn't want to have to start over if I died to Ganon. Because in this category, if you die to Ganon, well, an unfortunate thing happens. And that unfortunate thing is you're in the Light World. Because you haven't killed Aga, you do not have a start from Pyramid. So you are back in the Light World, and the only way to get back to Ganon is to go and get the Moon Pearl, which kind of sucks. So you can get the Moon Pearl. That would also let you be in real Dark World and fight Aga 2. It's about 2 minutes slower-ish. But it means that you can die to Ganon. If you get the Bottle and Net, then you shouldn't need to worry about it. Yo, thanks, Savat. My man. Yeah, look at all these splits you don't have to do in this category. Just out of curiosity, out of pure morbid curiosity, if nobody else has any other questions, I actually haven't done a run of this in months. So, since I actually went through and remembered everything, I'm gonna try it. And see what the heck happens. I don't have my splits. My PB is a 29-13, which is somewhat okay. Pincus is way better than I am. And he has like a 26, which is insane. But, yeah, I'm curious. So, yeah, let's see what it looks like. Probably get like a 33 or a 34. My mechanics are awful, so you're going to see some really dumb, like my awful pumping. No, I'm just a fidgeter. But it helps. Walk right past the staircase. I'm gonna type all day for work, so I'd rather keep my hands stretched out and not like just sit there and squeeze the controller the whole time. Have that blue boomerang and I refuse to throw it. I don't know that I could ever use a non-QWERTY keyboard, but yeah, I use an ergonomic for my work computers. This is an awful escape. This is a really bad escape. Why is this such a bad escape? A long time ago, when ergonomic keyboards were like a really rare thing, I started using the Microsoft Natural, and I've just really grown to like that form factor. Man. So I use the... just use all of the Microsoft Natural keyboards. Alright, so I should be coming up to the red rupee in the prize pack, which is good. 601 escape, because I am trash. One of the things... The original ones had mechanical switches. The one I use is dome switches. Coming out of this conversation, make sure you hold select so you can get the first frame save and quit, and then mash into the save and quit to Link's house. Forgot to mention that. I mean, I can still very easily PB with a 601 escape. So. I'm not one of those to ever reset over escape anymore. I used to. Not anymore. That is correct. Red rupee, please. That was not how I meant to do that room at all. Did I miss the red somewhere? I mean, I must have if I'm past it in the prize pack. Alright, just need 5. Yo, thanks, Savant. Same to you. I missed it. I walked right past the Popo. All the way around the prize pack. Interesting. gonna get the boots. Boots and bombs. And then saving for the sanctuary. When you talk to Aga, talk to him from the right side. The only prize pack I keep track of is the rupees, to see if I'm gonna get the red. After that, I don't care. I hate when I run into her. So I actually intentionally dash into that bottom left bush there because it creates a nice little man trap that the green guards will get stuck in if I aggro them. Right before doing the DMA. Since I haven't done this in a while, and I want to be able to save and quit out of a Mirror Wrap Softlock, I'm going to do Hammer first. I am squirrel blocked. Okay. Never mind, we'll go and do, I'll still do it first. So I was down to only one heart, which meant that I couldn't bomb clip, and it's been too long since I've manually clipped. Much better. Bomb clips are a beautiful thing. I wasn't. That was a bad hammer jump, but okay. No. No, I'll check that out. Huh. Interesting. Better than jumping off. There we go. That's the wrong movement. If you do the clip wrong, that's what happens. Or not the clip, but if you try to jump off the ledge in the wrong spot, you go flying off into... I'm not sure where. Really? Can we spin to it, please? never had problems with this when I was actually in practice. Huh. That wasn't very good, but whatever. Can we please throw the boomerang? Yeah, extend it from 2 pixels to 6. Same theory as Hera and Skullwoods. Yes, Yep. Crap. I never learned to recover when Mimics 2 goes wrong. still finishing this. Knew it would be a dumpster fire. I don't know. It just... Better get an arrow drop. I have no arrows. I have no arrows. I'm gonna hope I get the arrow drop from the green guy. What does one do if one runs out of arrows? Where do you go? I've never died in... Hey, okay. I didn't know about it. I don't know, you know what? Actually, I knew there was an arrow pop in Mimics 2 because I just picked it up, but I didn't remember it in time. Of course, now I'm gonna get drops. Can we not die? Can we not? Can we actually just finish the dungeon? It's been... I can't remember the safe way to do things. I can't do things the hard way. I can't do mimics anymore. I have lost the ability to do the mimics ropes. I've lost the ability to do everything. I have just lost all... I have lost Mimics 2. I've completely forgotten how to do Mimics 2 in the span of an hour. Not even an hour. I did Mimics 2 perfectly while going through the tutorial. Good grief. Just had a total... Alright. Catch you later, dude. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for those bits. Man, I've just forgotten how to play. No, 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 no. That's it. We're good. We're good. Those who can't teach. Yeah. We'll leave that part out of the highlight.